Hi friends, I'm up way too late cleaning and actually have another counter bleached right now that I'm gonna scrub. Had some hardened on stuff. I don't know if anyone's up at this hour right now. Well, in other countries. So we'll see who comes on. I'm having that time of year where I'm stressed out about school starting and wondering if I'm up to the challenge. Hi Eliza, how are you doing? Oh, there were 3 people on, now we're back to 1. I still have to go school supply shopping and school starts in just a few days. It's like 3 a.m. Hi Natalie. I'm trying to catch up on cleaning. Either I've been sick or we've been gone a lot or we're home just long enough to mess the place up. Hi Shannon. Are you getting ready for work? Cool. Eliza, what time is it for you? Hi Devin. Hi Roy. I'm not going to be on that long because I really need to go to bed, but I wanted to show this part of my kitchen that's clean. Gives me more motivation. Eliza, it's 8:20 p.m. there, but you're tired. So I've been working on a scammer situation for maybe a week now. I don't know, it's kind of a blur. But I just joined Instagram and I got a message from this guy asking if we could chat. And at first I thought it was a YouTube friend maybe, but whenever people send me a private message they say something about my videos. They don't say, hey, can we chat? So I figured out pretty quickly it was probably one of those Nigerian scammers. But as it turns out, they seem to be from Ghana, so same sort of deal though. I've been having a lot of fun messing with the guy, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to put it into video format, especially with the YouTube editor going away. I don't know how long it's going to carry on for, but I would like to have some continuity. So if I did it on the YouTube editor and I switch to a different thing later, then it's going to be not the same. Hi TP. So I've been watching videos on different editing programs, and there's one that my son bought called Vegas something that he bought it through Steam, and it's just not very user-friendly to me at all. I just started watching some videos on Lightworks because someone recommended that one. I'll see if I can figure that one out. I just feel kind of annoyed that I have all of this video footage and I have to take time to learn a new program. Kind of wish I could take a college class or something somewhere, because the video tutorials don't really help me out that much. Who's here now? People are coming and going. Hi, Shugal. How are you? What time is it? Hi, Sufu. Thanks so much. Sufu says, wait, are you a man or a woman? Sufu says I am their favorite small YouTuber. Hi, Dustine. Hi, Kirst. How are you doing? TP at 6:20 a.m. Oh, I didn't even think that I'd be hitting some East Coasters. What are you guys doing for Labor Day? Oh, you guys don't have Labor Day in Australia? I heard it started in Canada. TP's having a barbecue. Dustine's going to your friend's house. Fun. Shannon, you work at a fish farm? Do you like working there? Yeah, Kirst, it's I think a Canadian and American thing, Labor Day. I don't really have any plans. I do need to start my back to school shopping finally. I dread it, and I kept thinking that I was going to do it early this year, but no. Hi, Marty. Whenever I go school supply shopping, there's always something on the list that I absolutely cannot find. It drives me nuts. Thanks, Shuko. My Instagram is Music is a Rainbow. Imagine that. I'm not on it that much, but a friend suggested that I should try it, and within a couple days I had some scammers sending me private messages. Yeah, Destine, there are too many people when you school supply shop, and that's another reason to do it earlier. But I just kept putting it off because, oh, that's going to cost me so much money. I don't feel like spending money right now. And now I'm sitting here regretting it again. Hi, Doubtless. How are you? Thanks. I am working on a scammer video. Well, I haven't started making the video, but I'm making the content right now. Um, you know, just when you think you've met the dumbest scammer ever, you meet one even dumber. These guys are impressively dumb. TP, you do online school? Oh, that sounds nice. Hi, Puppet. Oh, Puppet is Cookie Monster? Yeah, let's see. Some highlights from the conversation I've been having. I've never dealt with one of these guys before, but apparently they like to impersonate generals. And this one claims he's in Syria on a peacekeeping mission. Hi, Ron. My favorite thing about this is they really can hardly understand anything, and I can write the most bizarre stuff, and he doesn't even question it. Yeah, peacekeeping. No, he... I just wanted to see where is this going. I know they're trying to get money out of me somehow, so like, what happens next? And I wanted to see what would happen if I actually told the guy I was married with kids. And he didn't really notice my answer at first. And I told him later, yeah, I did tell you I'm married. Oh, you are? I said, but I'll be your friend. And he's just so grateful that I'm his friend. Puppet, I should say I'm from 123 Sesame Street. That's a good idea. Oh, Just Me says, oh, this makes me happy. Okay. Because people say, you're wasting your time. I don't feel that way. Okay, Just Me says, good morning. Listened to another baiter the other day, interviewing an ex-scammer who said you baiters are making a huge impact because they have been outed so much. That's awesome. That makes me really happy. I just want them to get to the point that they give up because it's not lucrative anymore. Okay, so back to the fake general guy. So this one general has been impersonated lots of times because I went to his Facebook page and yeah, he has lots of comments saying, hey, someone contacted me saying that they're you. Thanks, you gal. Hi, DJ. I don't want to ruin all the wonderful surprises in the conversation I'm having with this person, and at this point, I kind of want to turn it into a book. But the thing is, hi, thanks, DJ. I told them again that my name is Princess Buttercup because I already had the email set up. So anyway, the guy contacted me on Instagram, and then he asked if we could move our conversation to Google Chat. So that's one of the things they do immediately, and I never deal with Google Chat. So I decided, okay, fine, we'll do that. And he kept trying to call me through it, and he goes, can we talk? And I said, no, my husband's right here. I keep telling him, my husband's waking up. But I'm back to, my fake husband, Richard, because, I don't know. This is so much fun to talk about how jerky Richard is. But I've been taking screenshots of all the conversations because you can delete the conversation, and I don't know if you can delete it on both our ends, but I would hate for it to disappear. And so, I don't know, it's hard to explain the difficulty of making this into a video. I was trying one editor, and when I put the screenshots in, they were super pixelated and not anything that you can read. So I might have to go low budget again and actually do a video of my computer screen. Thanks, DJ. Yeah, Puppet, I didn't think Hi Friends was that, original a thing for video, but people seem to like that. Hi, Legacy. I'm good. I'm up way too late. I've been cleaning and for a walk tonight, so that was good. I'm having my yearly stress that school's starting and stressed out about getting into routine, especially since I haven't been feeling well, so it's extra hard for me to wake up early. And Just Me says, I'm a senior and always root for you young people who bait the scammers. Thanks for calling me young. I'm still going to do this when I'm old because it'll be even more convincing. Yeah, I never went to bed. I took a really long nap today, actually. Didn't feel good. Hi, Alicia. How are you? Cares to understand. I have a relative who has a really hard time talking to people on the phone, period. Legacy, I have some reasons for not doing scam baiting live streams. One is that if they get super nasty, I like to edit those things out. So I actually have a friend of mine, her son has been watching my videos and he's quite young, so I don't want to have any nastiness like that. They're usually not super nasty, but I don't know. Lately they've been more angry and they'll just start verbally abusing you and saying really disgusting things. So, I don't know, it would be fun to do scam baiting live stream, but my family is also unpredictable, so sometimes I have to quickly end the stream. DJ Live Me would be a good one. What's Live Me? Yeah, shoot gal, I when I was on the phone with Rick, I started drowning the guy out with my singing. He was being really nasty and it was tempting to hang up, but the thought of that guy successfully scamming anyone that day just really, I couldn't handle that, so I put up with it. Yeah, that was the most disgusting scammer I've ever talked to. It was pretty disturbing. Hi, Sully. If you guys want phone numbers of scammers to call, the best way to get them is on Twitter. People tweet them to me and then I retweet, or sometimes I put up some that I find on Facebook groups and that sort of thing. Hi, Agario. Thanks. Where do you live? What time is it? Yeah, I get people asking me to email them phone numbers for scammers, but that wouldn't be realistic for me to individually email people. And people leave them on my videos sometimes, which I really appreciate, but lots of times I just can't make a call at that moment, and what's easier for me is if people tweet it to me, then I can retweet it, and that way someone will gang up on those scammers. So I just put up an article today on my Facebook page about Hurricane Harvey victims are being robocalled, and something about their flood insurance payment being late or something like that. So there's always going to be new scams, which is frustrating. I mean, it is like playing whack-a-mole. You tack one certain kind of scammer in hopes that everyone will finally be aware of that type of scam, and then another one pops up. Drives me crazy. It's pretty sickening how people will take a tragedy and turn that into a scam. Like, they just don't care at all about people who are suffering. Hi, Ashley. DJ, what about Another One Bites the Dust? I've joked that I want that sung at my funeral. Actually, it will be a recording of me talking at my funeral. Dun, 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 another one bites the dust. And then I'll say, kind of makes you glad I'm dead, doesn't it? Thank you, Dustine. Hi, Eden. How are you doing? What time is it where you are? When school starts, I won't be able to do these crazy hours, so I think this will be my last one until the next big break. 11:37 a.m. Eden? I'm assuming. DJ says everybody like this video. Yeah, like it. I'm sure YouTube later will say it's not advertiser friendly and annoy me again. Hi, Mark. Mark says, I used to sing and do comedy professionally, but I gave it up because of a stroke. But my singing was never as good as yours. Thanks. I'm so sorry about your stroke. Like, in what ways did it affect you? Like your speech? My grandpa had major strokes, and so most of my memories of him are of him not being able to talk hardly. I only remember one phrase that he said to me when I was 3 or 4. And he would just say most of the time, yeah, right. That's how his voice sounded. But he would grip onto our hands and like he would squeeze your hand really hard to show how strong he was, and until he would like shake. So I saw his personality, and people tell me that he was really funny, which I believe. And I have his mischievous smile. And my other grandpa, I didn't really know very well either, because he was an alcoholic and he drank himself almost to death and ended up in a mental institution way back when. And then he was in a nursing home when I was growing up. And he seemed like a really sweet man, but you couldn't really have a coherent conversation with him. And my mom's mom has been missing for over 40 years because she was an alcoholic too, and used to leave for months at a time, like leave the kids alone. And my mom thought she was going to see her after my brother was born, and communication stopped. So anyway, I worked on that for years, trying to find her, going through Jane Doe records, seeing who was a possible match for my grandma, because that's what we believed, was that she died and was never identified. So then I talked to a detective, and I had my DNA submitted into a database for the FBI's missing persons program. And if her remains are ever tested, then she'll come up as a match. But the thing is, they used to bury Jane Does, and then later, when they knew they would have the technology to test DNA, they started saving samples and cremating the bodies. So they will be testing the samples first, and the last step is exhuming the bodies and doing tests on them. So it's hard to say at what point she passed away and was found. So anyway, so my grandma, who just passed away, was really the only grandparent I really had a lot of communication with. I never met my mom's mom. So I'm still hoping that eventually my grandma will turn up, and we'll finally know what happened. DJ, your mom was adopted? That's cool. My husband was adopted. Hi, Alex. Yeah, I think a lot of people, more than I realized, have stories about relatives who disappeared because they had like alcohol or drug problems. What was really interesting is I made a blog about my grandma, hoping that someone out there would know something. And my family was not happy about it, but I got a comment on the blog from a guy saying he thought he was my cousin. So what happened was his mom was adopted, and it turned out my grandma had a child before she met my grandpa and put her up for adoption. And the interesting thing was this cousin told me all this stuff about how his mom used to be, and then one day it was like a switch was flipped and she became emotionally unavailable, started disappearing for long periods of time, which was bizarre because she wasn't raised by my grandmother. It's not like she was taught to do that. And so then I realized, there must have been a mental illness. So I used to think my grandma, it was just all about the alcoholism. So, and then this aunt that I didn't know I had, she was still alive at the time, but had dementia, and she had remarried to a man who wouldn't let her kids have any access to her at all. So, and then she passed away later. So that was a weird soap opera right there. And we actually did a DNA test to confirm that that was my cousin, but I already knew it because when he sent us pictures of her, it was amazing, the resemblance to my other aunts, actually one aunt in particular. So I didn't really need any proof, but this cousin, he really wanted to know who his biological grandmother was, and so he was able to obtain her name, and then he did a Google search and found my blog, only to find out that she was missing. Hi, Kirst. Yeah, Ancestry, I was just reading about that, about the DNA test not being totally accurate as far as your heritage, but it will match you up with people who are related to you, though. And my husband did the DNA test, and he sees some people that are maybe second or third cousins, but he's not really sure if he wants to try to find his birth mom, because once you open that door, then typically the people really want you to be in their life, So that's a big commitment that you make. I was dying for him to find his birth mom, and one thing that we know is that his biological father passed away, and we don't know if it was a sudden thing or if he had an illness or what. Anyway, it was my dream since I was a kid to grow up and find my grandma for my mom so she could finally have some closure. I remember going on vacation in California, and my mom thought she had a lead to someone who actually knew my grandmother, and I remember her crying and hugging my dad because the people said, no, sorry, we don't know her. So she got her hopes up, way too many times, and so I just wanted to find a way to do that and find her. And I really didn't even want to talk to her about it, but when I was talking to detectives, they wanted more information, and For some reason, when my aunt did the missing persons report, they would close it. So it could be that the police found her and she didn't want to be found, because it should have stayed open otherwise. Hey, Kirst. Yeah, I was hoping that maybe his biological mom would show up on Ancestry. I would really like to know the medical history too, because that, you know, makes an impact on my kids. So when I'm talking to their doctor about issues, I don't know the history. Only my side. I'd also like to know where the tall genes came from, because my oldest is almost 6 feet tall, and we're not very tall in my family, and my husband is about 5'10", so I kind of wonder if he has some super tall people on his side. So I'm hoping this week I can finally make the video about the scammer from either Nigeria or Ghana. So of course he's doing the whole story where he says, I bought into an oil business in Syria for 5.6 million US dollars. Because, oh, he's messaging me right now. Okay, sweetheart, just to and make the payment and $1,500. I can't see the rest, but it doesn't matter because he doesn't make any sense. Oh, honey, I will pay back your money. He doesn't even know what I'm totally insulting him. I can't wait to share this, but it's like, it's ongoing, and I'm probably going to have to do it in parts, just because he's going to keep messaging me. So I'm just going to string him along and make him think, yeah, I'm going to borrow some money. And so he told me that he needs to have a consignment box sent to me. What is a consignment box? If you look up consignment box, the only thing that comes up is a bunch of Nigerian scammers. It's so funny. So he says because he's in a war zone, he doesn't have access to his money. And I so bad wanted to say, well, my brother was in a war zone and he had access to his money. But no, I can't do that. TP, I do watch Mr. Pricky. Hi, Carly. I'm good. How are you? I was just talking about a Nigerian or scammer from Ghana that I'm dealing with. Yep, TP, Scambait Central. Scambait Central's awesome. He got some scammers to act out Oklahoma and sing. So I'm going to see how long I can string this guy along for the whole, oh, I'm trying to get some money. I'm talking to him on Google Chat. So, okay, what happened was he said in order for me to receive the consignment box, I needed to email the UN. So he gives me an email address for this supposed diplomat at the UN, and that guy too sends me a message that makes no sense. And okay, I've been messing with them bad. He said, tell him you're my sister, you're my beneficiary. So instead of telling him that, I go, Dear Polly, General so-and-so says that you're looking for a wife. And, I'm married, but I'm always looking for like backup husbands just in case something happens to my husband. So I tell him all this crap, and he has no clue what I said. Oh, hi, Nipote. And yeah, I've been telling Nipote more about it. And anyway, then I start chatting with the general again and say, oh yeah, the diplomat wants me to marry him. And then he wanted me to forward the message to him about what he said. And so I forwarded the message, but I totally edited it to make it look like something else. Okay, now he's sending me the information about the person I'm supposed to send the money to receive the consignment box. These guys are dumber than dirt. Seriously. Like, you guys think the ones from India are dumb? These guys are, I don't know, 10 times dumber. Yes, Nipote, I did edit it just a smidge. Yeah, uh-huh. I'm supposed to send $1,500. DJ, the Nigerian ones are meaner? Hmm. He's been asking to do a video call with me. No. I'm not going to. Although I am kind of curious if I'll, see his face and go, you don't really look like that general guy that you've been sending me pictures of. He keeps sending me pictures of cats and stuff. That my son cannot speak English worth beans. TP, they're dangerous? Okay. I'm not worried about it though because they're way over there and they're stupid. Oh, the video, he can get access to my computer? Good to know. I'm not going to chat with him. I'm just going to keep telling him, no, my husband's right here. Yeah, I keep reading through the conversation and I have already forgotten things that I said to him. I just burst out laughing. Yes, Nipote, sometimes I do crack myself up, especially when I'm sleep deprived and I forget everything I've said. DJ, at IP connection? We've been doing Google Chat. Thanks, Eliza. It's going to be really busy this week with the kids getting back to school, and my friend's daughters come over at 6:30 in the morning. So that makes it kind of difficult to make videos early in the morning, and then Sabrina wakes up, and when she's awake that makes it even harder, and then kids come home from school. He says, honey, I want you to go to the Walmart and send the money through money, he's probably saying MoneyGram. I keep giving him different pet names. The last thing I called him was my, my sweet giant pile of compost. Hi, Elaine. I've called him my, adorable little cantaloupe face. account of spam, I think. Some things I just think in my head. I don't know if I actually wrote it to him or not. It's the middle of the night, so I'm totally losing it. What else did I call him? I told him I was attacked by a shark. Oh, I'm not up early. I'm up late. Hi, travel agent. To catch you up, travel agent, I'm messing with a Nigerian scammer or one from Ghana. Elaine says call him the big stud muffin of your dreams. Yeah. The guy knows I'm married, and he'll go between, like talking all sweet to me, and then, how's your husband doing today? Yes, GJ, let's all go to Africa. Oh, you guys, last night he started sending me scriptures trying to convince me that I should trust him and that I should send the money. So funny. I'm like, don't you use the Bible on me, mister. So I sent him a highlighted scripture about, thou shalt not steal and stuff. He still does not get it at all. Cracking me up. Elaine says, ask him to marry you, and after meeting him, you want a divorce. But he knows I'm married. Many of the fake accounts use religion. I didn't know that. This is my first time dealing with one of these people. I thought, I have to try this out at least once and just see how it goes and learn more about the scam. So I have a friend who, she was doing work for a lady, and she was talking about this guy that she met online who she was in love with, and she was trying to convince her that she was being scammed. She goes, no, we're in love. And she sends him a bunch of money so that he can come over and see her. And of course, he never came. He just took her money. I'm sure this was an older woman. What are some other good pet names? I actually made up my own scripture. It said, and behold, the woman saith, I hath no money. Princess Buttercup, 129. A big, mushy squiggle? What's a squiggle? Oh, Kirst, poo-poo face, that's a good one. Maybe he doesn't know what poo-poo is. It wouldn't surprise me. No, he is not very bright, or at least he does not know English hardly at all. And he will start to write out kind of poetic things, I think, that are being badly translated. Maybe through Google Translate or something. I don't know. But it's hilarious. He basically was kind of suggesting that he wanted to be there for me when things go wrong with me and my husband. I said, why don't you think me and my husband aren't going to be happy forever? He said, no, dear. Stop calling me dear. Hate that. Oh, the squeegee. It looked like a squiggle. Squiggle. I send him lots of, emojis too and stuff. Yes, they call everyone dear. Oh, I'm probably seeing blurry because it's late at night, but you did say squeegee. Sorry about the squiggle. That's Jay. They say, hello dear, inbox me. His first line was, can we have a chat? Sure, why not, complete stranger? So, oh, if you guys want to go look him up, he goes by Welshmark0888 on Instagram. And his email is welshmark0888@gmail.com. And if you want to out me as messing with him, well, good luck, because he's stupid and he doesn't understand English. And then there is his pal, Paul Smith at the UN. Eden, it is probably close to 4 a.m. at this point. I will be going to bed soon. Thanks, Kirst. Yeah, I can't wait to share this whole conversation with you guys, but the comments just keep coming in. You just keep sending all of these messages. I think I should go do a video and, oh, here's more stuff. So I have to discipline myself and decide, okay, this is the cutoff for this video, because I can't make one giant video out of this if it's gonna last for maybe months. So I guess if I get tired of him, eventually I can get on and say, this is Richard, Princess is dead. That'd work. Travel agent, well, yeah, I'm playing hard to get because I'm married. Welsh March, WELSH, Mark, actually Welsh Mark. So that they reverse the first name and last name too. So it's actually Mark Welsh, who's a real general. But travel agent, yeah, I am playing hard to get. Well, let's see. At one point, I said, "Do you think it's possible for a woman to love two men?" Just out of curiosity. Then he says, "No, dear." I asked him to call me princess. There was another thing I did that took a lot of work. I don't want to give away the surprise. I can't give away everything. Sorry. But the UN guy told me to send a copy of my ID and my address and my phone number. DJ, you found him? Okay, you should make a fake account. We're a very beautiful old woman. Mark Welsh is a real general. travel agent, yes, Photoshop does work wonders. I don't have Photoshop though. Some people have to use Microsoft Paint. The thing is, if I wanted to make this into a book, once again, well, I don't think I can use images of the real General Mark Welsh without permission, probably. And there's also the Princess Buttercup issue, and my husband says Disney owns Princess Bride, so and they're kind of jerky about things, so even if it's for a good cause. So I wouldn't want to make it into a book without clearing it with everyone. I have this fear of being sued. Eden, what? I don't know what GIMP is. Is that GIMP or GLMP? Did I miss somebody? Oh, hi, James. I did. I missed James. Sorry, James. Yes, Nipote. Disney loves to sue people, don't they? DJ, you're following him? I hope not under your real name. So I decided I would get on as Music is a Rainbow, not use my real name, and so that has come in handy. Because if I were using my real name, there's no way I would be talking to this guy right now. I could make it into a mini video series. Well, yeah, I was thinking of doing it episodes like the Ashwin saga. But it's not gonna look, you know, professional. I was talking earlier about how I was having issues with editing programs, and I have to learn how to use a new one. I use YouTube's editor, which is going away September 20th. I feel grumpy about that. I could not stop giggling last night when Welshmark asked me to forward the message from the UN guy. So I told him I didn't have any money at all because I just paid off my credit card bill. And then I told him what I spent my money on. I don't think he knows what marshmallows, graham crackers, and chocolate is, maybe. And then I told him that I would ask to borrow money from friends, but I told him 5 of them already told me I'm irresponsible with my finances, and another one just sent me a video or a picture of their middle finger. Thanks, James. Yeah, I can't do scam calls when I'm at the zoo and stuff like that, right? You can tell the scammer, here, talk to the howler monkeys. I wanted to go do something fun tomorrow, too. It just depends on how awful the school supply shopping is. James says, scammer, I am being attacked by lions. Well, I told the general I was attacked by a shark, so... Not as I was being attacked, though I told him about it later. I told him that Richard was starting to wake up. No, I don't want to give everything away. You're just going to have to be patient and wait. But, you know, it might be another one of my low budget videos. I just don't have the editing skills that some people have. And when I watch tutorials, I use these terms that I don't know what they're talking about. Then I feel like I need a tutorial about the person's tutorial. DJ, you're ready to sound like a scammer? Live me? TP, the goats were so funny at the zoo. The way they lick the food out of your hand. Like, if you guys have seen the movie Storks, when the wolves come because they love the baby and they start licking her face, that's what the goats reminded me of. James, I could pretend to be Domino's, that's true. Oh man, okay. My son answered the phone the other day and told the person calling that Sylvia's dead. I thought it was just a random person, but no, this company that has been trying to collect from her for 3 years, and they're not a collections company, they are a business that preys on the elderly and disabled people, and they will sell you garbage sacks and that sort of thing for $100. Light bulbs, just an obscene amount. And I keep reporting them to the FTC, and then they start calling me from a different phone number. And it had actually been months since they had started calling me, and so I was looking on the caller ID earlier, and I was so mad it was them again. I did a video about them at one point, and when they wouldn't stop calling, I actually started pretending to be Sylvia, just to see, what do you people want? Like, who are you? So, I can probably look forward to more calls from them this week. Because when my son said Sylvia's dead, they said, we'll call back later. Travel agent, yeah. The FTC gave me like a confirmation number. They said keep calling and reporting them when they get a different phone number. But, you know, supposedly they should be fined. Big time. And I saw they just changed their name. So they were called Living Serenity, and now it's called the American Workshop or something. So the caller ID still shows Living Serenity, but when I looked up the phone number, it came up with a different business name, but the same address. So that's what they do, is they rip people off and get a crappy reputation, and then they just change the business name. But same crappy business model. So I think I did, I don't know, a couple videos about them. DJ, yeah, the credit card ones are annoying. Hi Marty, did I say hi to you already? I have middle of the night amnesia. And And when I get home from places, I see that lots of scammers have called while I was gone, because, well, basically anybody with a different area code is typically a scammer. TP, your dad is 80 and gets mad at everyone who calls. Yeah, I was trying to explain to the FTC, this is not a legitimate company. They rip people off, so who do you report them to? Thanks, Nipote. I feel very protective of the elderly. I would probably feel this way anyway, but there were a few times where I had jobs taking care of elderly people. DJ, you can't wait for IRS season. It's kind of weird. It seems like the calls pick up right after taxes are due for some reason, as far as the IRS calls. One time when they called asking for Sylvia, I said, "This is Roger. I need to talk to Sylvia. Roger. Sylvia. Roger." I just kept doing that over and over again, and she was getting so mad. I think that was when I started talking in my normal voice and said, "Hi, Sylvia still doesn't live here, and she's never going to live here. She lives in a nursing home. Stop calling here." And she goes, "Well, I'll keep calling till I get it right." Hate that woman. Report them to the police. They're in Arizona. Should I call local police there? So there was one government entity I talked to. I don't remember what it was called. But at first I thought they were a collections company. And they said the only thing you can do is send them a cease and desist letter. But they wouldn't give me their address. So finally I decided to pretend to be Sylvia to get their address. But they gave me fake addresses multiple times. So I'm almost hoping they call again so I can just, I don't know, I think I'll just be Roger and see how long she'll put up with me going, "Roger, this is Roger, Roger, Roger." DJ, you need food? I don't need food. It's 4 a.m., I think. Yeah, let's see. This has been going for over an hour now. I always think, I'll do a real quick live stream, but that doesn't happen. Oh, thanks, James. I don't know which one of the scam baiters is the most legendary. Hey, Pori. There's a song called Sylvia's Mother. I don't think I've ever heard that. Sylvia's Mother. Have you guys ever heard Mother by the Police? So deranged. Okay, when this is over, I'm gonna look up the song Sylvia's Mother. Okay, so I'm gonna go to bed. If I do, maybe I'll have a chance to start making the video about the general. If you just showed up, I'm messing with a Nigerian scammer over chat. Or actually, I think they're from Ghana. Good night, Nipote. Yes, general spam. Thanks so much for watching. I'm looking forward to sharing all the stuff with you. It's gonna be fun. Good night.